to last year's figure that stood at 1,324 motorists, 1,186 pedestrians, 463 passengers and 289 drivers.
Kwa miezi zaidi ya 18 kwa corona ni watu 5,000 na 100 kitu. Kwa ajali hizi za barabarani kwa miezi 11 watu 4,423.
In Mwingi, early this month, over 30 people died while 12 others were injured after a bus they were traveling in plunged into flooded river Enzio. The driver of the bus attempted to cross a flooded section of the Nguni Road in Mwingi, Kitui County.
They urge all drivers at this moment, wherever the river is covered by water, wherever a place is covered by water, even 1 inch of water is enough to get a bus going or a car or anything. Please, please, please do not play with water. Just wait until the water subsides. Hakuna haraka, hakuna mahali hiyo inchi inaenda, hakuna nyumba inahama. Just wait.
This is not the first time, and therefore it is painful to see something like this happen when it has happened before.
Elsewhere, 3 Chogoria Girls High School students heading home for the Christmas holiday and a driver died after the vehicle they were traveling in collided head-on with a lorry at Kambiti area along the Nyeri-Nairobi highway.
Akaona niko polepole na trailer inapanda polepole na jam iko, akakuja na nguvu. Mimi wakati niliona wenye wako mbele wameshika kichwa, walikuwa wasichana wawili, nikaona kule siwezi tumbukia, ni kuna shimo. Nikasema naweza okoa kwa sababu kuna nafasi huku. Venye anakuja mbio, wacha mimi nitoke nje ya barabara. Nikatoka nje ya barabara, miguu kama 4 kwa barabara. Na yeye anakuja kanigongea nje ya barabara.
The public service vehicle was heading to Nairobi while the lorry was transporting potatoes towards the opposite direction.
Ma student wenye wametupa live zao hapa asubuhi ya leo. Kama huyo dereva angefanya kila jitihadi, hangeleta hiyo maafa.
And in gold mines accidents, Siaya region topped the list this year with 2 people killed in separate gold mines. In the Abimbo gold mine tragedy, 1 miner died with more than 10 others rescued after the mine located in Bondo collapsed. A week later, another miner died in different mine in Siaya after a rock hit him on the head.
Ilikuwa kitu kama mita 4-5 hivi. Na hapa katikati ndio ilikuwa na simu na shaft ya kwenda juu. Na kama hajafika kwa shaft ndio nikasikia kama simu imenguruma brrr, nikiangalia nyuma nimeona tu kama wenye walikuwa karibu naye wanatoroka, wengine wamekimbia mpaka huko kwangu.
On September 2021, 10 people lost their lives in a boat accident in Lake Victoria, Homa Bay County. 8 other passengers were rescued.
Ikielekea sehemu Sanduru na ilibeba watu, hatukujua nambari, lakini habari tuliopewa ni kwamba watu walikuwa karibu 16. Na sasa hiyo mtumbi ikazama mita michache, karibu mita 500 hivi kutoka paya.
Statistics from the Maritime Authority indicate that at least 5,000 people die in the lake each year.
For me as Kenya Maritime Authority is for all of us, up to including the people who come to the market. You see an overloaded boat too much, please use your courtesy as a human being who value life. Ndugu, umejaza ya kutosha, wache wengine, boti ingine itabeba. Hiyo mzigo umebeba, usiweke watu wengine. It's for all of us, including all the BMU leadership in the entire country, not only Lake Victoria.
While many factors will be at play, maritime officials concluded lake users rarely put on life jackets, which is a mandatory requirement before venturing into the lake.
This is a jacket that will keep you afloat as long as it takes, and nobody will lose life. We may lose cargo can be bought, but we cannot replace life as a country, no.
Tragedies involving collapsed buildings also swelled up the 2021 lethality statistics. On August 2021, 9 people were killed and scores seriously injured after a crane collapsed at a high-rise building under constructions in Nairobi's Hurlingham area.
Mnara hiyo crane walikuwa watu 10, walikuwa na bomoa, walikuwa wameanza kuendelea vizuri, lakini kibahati mbaya ile ripoti inasemekana crane ikaanguka.
Workers had begun dismantling the crane when it collapsed.
Group wanakuanga kazi yao ni kufunga hii tower crane na kutoanisha wakati imemaliza kazi. Sasa leo hao watu wa tower crane ndio walikuwa wanatoa hiyo crane juu, jumba imeisha, sasa imebaki finishing, hakuna kazi ya kulift na hiyo crane. So hiyo harakati ya kufungua, siwezi sema ni nini li happen. Tukasikia wenye walikuwa juu wote hiyo group ya kutoa hiyo crane wamekuja chini.
The same month saw another building collapse in Gashie, Kiambu County. The ill-fated 5-story building left 5 people dead. In less than 2 months, another building went down in Ruiru, Kiambu County. No one was injured in the 9-story building collapse incident.
Tumeona hii building iko next. Hata hiyo imekuwa affected kidogo. So tunataka tufanye structural audit ndio tu advise kama wale walikuwa na huko resident wanaweza kurudi.
And in Murang'a County, 6 people perished after a 4-story building under construction caved in. As the year comes to a wrap, we can only hope that drivers and construction engineers will employ diligence in their work to reduce the number of accidents witnessed in 2021. Reporting for tragedies and calamities in 2021, I'm Ruth Wamboi.
Let's now cross our borders. The unexpected siege of the U.S. Capitol on the 6th of January 2021 following Trump's defeat by Joe Biden in the U.S. presidential election made the international headlines. The COVID-19 pandemic with new variants emerging in some parts of the world also took a big chunk of the global news. From the world of politics and coups, our reporter Khalid Abdullahi looks at events that made international headlines in the year 2021.
On 6 January 2021, supporters of the former U.S. President Donald Trump laid a siege on the U.S. Capitol following his defeat by Joe Biden in the 2020 U.S. presidential elections.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women. And we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them. Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength and you have to be strong.
5 people, including a police officer, Brian Sicknick, died in the attack. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, called the Capitol siege an act of domestic terrorism.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear.
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear.
In the same month, Joseph Biden, the Democratic Party presidential candidate, was sworn into office after winning the presidential polls in November 2020 in what was termed as one of the most contentious elections in U.S. history.
To defend
the Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
In a dramatic move that took the world and people of Myanmar by surprise, the powerful military known as Tatmadaw seized control of the Southeast Asian country on the morning of 1st February 2021. The junta declared that the 2020 general election, which Aung San Suu Kyi's National League for Democracy party won by a landslide. Senior General Min Aung Hlaing, the chief of the Tatmadaw, announced a year-long state of emergency. He would later name himself as Prime Minister.
God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen, God save the Queen.
On 9th of April 2021, Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, passed away in Windsor Castle in England, just weeks shy of his 100th birthday. Buckingham Palace announced that the prince died peacefully. The year 2021 also saw the Taliban, which for a long time were battling against the elected Afghan government and security forces, capture the capital city hours after President Ashraf Ghani fled the country. And the Ethiopian government declared a 6-month state of emergency days after Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and authorities in Addis Ababa told citizens to take up arms to defend their neighborhoods against the Tigray Defense Forces invasion. The rebels have since announced that they were ready to leave the captured regions of Amhara and Afar to seek peace. Elsewhere, more than 7.4 billion vaccine doses were administered in 184 countries in the first 11 months of 2021, with 70 countries making donations. The Delta variant, first identified in December 2020 in India, was more infectious than its predecessors and soon became the dominant strain around the world. The 2020 Summer Olympics in Tokyo were held after a delay of 1 year from its scheduled 24th July to 9th August 2020 because of the pandemic. It was the first time in history that the Olympic Games were rescheduled.
Now, the year 2021 ushered in with the hope that the COVID-19 pandemic that had ravaged the globe, leading to a new way of life, would be eradicated following countries' efforts to find vaccines. In the middle of the uncertainty, KBC Newsroom did not miss some moments that stood out, some entertaining, others rib-cracking, and here are some of those light moments from our reporters who, in the middle of the unprecedented time, still went out of their way to bring you daily news.
From a mere proposal and finally getting the elevation to a city, Nakuru now joins Nairobi, Mombasa and Kisumu to being a city. But that comes with the responsibility of ensuring that the over 40 communities living in Nakuru County coexist. This is after before. Sasa mbona anasema ati after before?
Hi, my name is Yusuf Farah. Oh my God. Holy water. Pour me water. Okay.
And a lot of meat and grit. It's good for you to get your COVID-19 dose
As Christians all over the world celebrate Christmas, a very important day in their calendar as they remember the birth of Jesus Christ. It is evident that the message of giving reverberated all speakers.
The demand for e-bikes is the demand for e-bikes. The demand for e-bikes. The demand for e-bikes. The demand. Toka hapo jo. Kwa nini namulia aje? Nishaichukua hiyo shot. Sasa nikuonesha. The COVID-19 pandemic is accelerating the demand for e-bikes as more quieter roads with a more free alternative, leading to the invention of the e-bikes.
They say necessity is the mother of all inventions. And she feels nothing. They say necessity is the mother of all inventions. And with Uhuru Park,
as people mill about complaining about the high prices, but it seems that even that won't stop the merriment. Reporting for Easy Friday.
Well, is it going to be Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, or is it going to be take one?
And that brings us to the end of the events that shaped the year 2021. Thanks to the Trademark Hotel for hosting us, and on behalf of the entire team that made this broadcast possible, led by our producer Jacqueline Wasolo, our camera person Moses Waweru, and our driver was none other than Henry Nyabuto. We wish you a happy new year. I'm Purity Museo. God bless.
Greek cuisine is appreciated all over the world for its simplicity of flavors and fresh ingredients. The people of Greece take their food very seriously, as it is a cultural tradition not to just eat, but a whole package of conversation, family union, and friendly sharing around the dinner table. Join us as we explore the cultural flavors of Greece. Greece is situated in southeastern Europe at the end of the Balkan Peninsula and is also situated in 3 seas, the Aegean, the Ionian and the Mediterranean.
Η Ελλάδα είναι πολύ τυχερή χώρα γιατί βρίσκεται σε αυτό το σημείο της Μεσογείου. Είναι όλο το χρόνο μία ηλιόλουστη χώρα. Είμαστε τυχεροί γιατί περιτριγυριζόμαστε από πολλές θάλασσες και αυτός είναι ένας λόγος που έχουμε μεγάλη ποικιλία από φρέσκα ψάρια όλο το χρόνο. Έχουμε πολύ καλή ποιότητα στο κρέας, στα πουλερικά, φρέσκα λαχανικά όλο το χρόνο και πολλά και φρέσκα μυρωδικά.
There is a huge variety of herbs and spices in Greek cooking. The key thing to remember is that Greek cuisine is often more subtle in flavour, so rarely will these flavoursome elements be used in excess. Basil is often used whenever a recipe contains tomatoes. It also goes well with nearly every type of food, so features prominently. In cooking, bay leaves are used to flavour soups, stews, meat and fish dishes. The strong aniseed flavour of fennel is a favourite with meats and fish marinades. A popular element in tomato sauces, egg dishes and vegetables is oregano. Parsley also adds flavour to a wide range of foods and Greek cooks use it in large quantities. Rosemary and thyme are used across the nation. Rosemary often complements roasted meats, while thyme enhances olive oils, meats, butter and vegetables. In Greek cuisine, cardamom seeds are often ground and used in sweet and salty baked goods, in cakes and for fish marinades. Cinnamon is used in roasts, meat sauces, sausages, plus sweets and marmalades. Cloves are also used in sweets, cakes, stewed fruits and preserves and sauces. Ginger is also a popular sweet flavouring, as is vanilla. Vanilla beans feature in custards, preserves and all manner of cakes and sweets. Greek cooks and chefs use coriander with meat, mushrooms, in chocolate for cakes and in stuffed cabbage. Often found in red sauces, cumin is recognisable in zouzoukia and meat patties. The Greeks use hot peppers in their cooking, but not often and generally sparingly. Tyro kafteri, a feta cheese dip, features the spicy taste of hot peppers. Often used to flavour grilled meat and fish, mustard is usually ground into a powder or paste and combined with olive oil and vinegar as a marinade. Herbs and spices vary across the country and some tend to be more regional than others. The massive coastline of the Greek mainland and islands provide an abundance of foods sourced straight from the sea. It is therefore no surprise that Greeks have developed a love of seafood.
Η Ελλάδα είναι τυχερή χώρα γιατί περιτριγυρίζεται από πολλές θάλασσες. Έχουμε μεγάλη ποικιλία θαλασσινών. Όλο το χρόνο φρέσκα θαλασσινά. Τόσο φρέσκα που από τη θάλασσα τα παίρνουμε και τα βάζουμε κατευθείαν στο πιάτο μας. Υπάρχουν πολλά πιάτα που φτιάχνουμε